Here's one that's very fascinating to me. Now, through the years, I've noticed, and let's just concentrate on the female in this case, as far as beauty standards go. So, I've seen women with blemishes or moles that, in my mind, I'm 99% bordering on 100% certain that with not a lot of money, they could get this removed or get the blemish fixed. And yet they don't do it. And so, on one hand, you say, okay, they're comfortable in their skin. So, what does it matter? And then they don't have a problem with it, and their family supports them with it. And it doesn't even have to be a severe situation, but it's something that's holding them back, and it's something that people notice every time they look at their face. And there's this one female sports announcer, sideline reporter, Tracy Wolfson is her name. So she has a big mole. There's even like Twitter pages about it, and Facebook. Tracy Wolfson Twitter, Tracy Wolfson Facebook, through the years, and people have wondered, why. And she probably makes $1 million or more a year. Whatever she makes, it's a lot of money. So, maybe she's being judged too harshly by the masses because maybe it's something that, can't be taken care of. However, she's an example to where I know there are a lot of people out there who can take care of this stuff. And I just think you have to do it. And even if you have to spend legitimate money to do it, especially for a woman, if it's something that's pretty simple to do and it's a reasonable amount of money that's not going to really set you back, you have to do it. So people notice that. So the way I value this, as far as like, is it worth doing or not? So let's take the example of Tracy Wolfson, the announcer. I believe it's for the NFL. It could be all the sports, NFL, NBA, but she's way up there on the pecking order of female reporters. So let's just assume that she didn't have that mole. She did not have that mole. How much money would you have to pay her to take on the burden of having that mole? There would be no sum, right? So she's undoubtedly made a few $1 million at least through the years, and could be way more than that, but she's well off financially. So if she didn't have the mole, even if she wasn't well off financially, how much would you have to pay a person, especially a female, because she's still relatively young, and young enough to wear a mole, or guys are going to notice that all the time. So how much would you have to pay her if she didn't have the mole to get a mole put on her and live with that mole? There would be no sum. And so that's how you value these things. So like any little blemish that someone has that can be easily fixed, if they didn't have it, how much would you have to pay them to take it on? So I think about this with bad habits as well. Let's say that you don't smoke cigarettes. And so fortunately you avoided, which it has to be bad luck, right? Of course it's bad decision making at some point, but on a global quantum scale, those who smoke cigarettes have bad luck, right? If you just look at the totality of history, okay, you're one of the unlucky ones. So but let's just say, knowing what you know, having not smoked, and let's just say you were middle-aged, how much money would someone have to pay you to smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, having never smoked? There's no sum, right? There's for 100 reasons. Not to mention you're going to be addicted. But just for everywhere you turn, there's no way you would do it almost for any sum. And yet people do it, and they pay big money to do it. They pay pack after pack, carton after carton, week after week, year after year, decade after decade. Now that's the power of a bad habit, and the power of addiction, and the power of society not stepping in and saying enough is enough. If anything should be outlawed, it has to be cigarettes, right? So this has turned into a multi topic video. I probably will do another at least one or two on cigarettes, but things to consider.